Hey, what's up, YouTubers? I am on one of the most fun and busiest street in Montreal, Mont-Royal Street. You have all kinds of eatery there, from fresh bagel to French baguette. You see that place there across? That's where they would like make probably like local liquor, stuff like that. Anything you need, anything funky, you'll like find it here. It's a busy street, and I choose to come here around 11 a.m. because it could get like too crowded. That's a pawn shop, you know. I don't want it. If it gets too crowded, then So maybe this is the right time to come here and relax a bit, walk around, because that is the busiest street you could find in Montreal. Yeah, without a doubt. Look at that. That's nice. Yeah. Okay, I guess I can cross. What happened here, when you see people lining up, House of Roti, when you see people lining up, it's not because of COVID-19, it's really because whatever that you get here, it's usually freshly made, and they're specialized in at what they do, and that's why you see people lining up like that. That's a bakery. Yeah. What is the name of that park? Companion. All right. Companion Park. Okay, what's in there? Yeah, it's a typical Canadian park. You don't have to pay for anything. You have couples of tables, couple of stuff for kids, some swings. They have not installed them yet because, like I was saying, it's early spring, and yes, you still need a double coat. You still need a thick spring coat to be able to walk around nicely, to be comfortable. You need yeah. Guys, look, that's that's interesting. Okay, do you guys see that? That is most interesting. Okay. Okay. I see that you guys, you might be saying to yourself, so what? It's just another wall. Somebody draw on it and made some kind of a painting. Okay, so I'll explain to you this wall. Okay, whoever did this, his mind is screaming for justice. Yeah, and this is not something personal. This is, I think the artist is looking for justice for all of us, so not just one group. So right here, what you have is you have a ship. Up left, you have a ship sailing to the land of America. Okay, so the first European came here around the 1600. So that's what is depicting there. The French came here, the British came here, the continent of America is not just the United States. If I like make a long story short, when we're talking about the continent of America, uh, if I'm in Mexico, am I American? Yes, you are. Okay, so if I am in Brazil, which is south of the continent of America, am I American? You are. We all are on the same continent. So the continent of America is divided by north and south. For politic purposes, you have so many countries and so many things. Let's say we were like Russia, there would be one big piece of land with one government, okay? So us, because of so many different power, different country who took over the land, so you have in the south of the continent, you have Brazil, who is Portuguese. You have Peru, you have Chile. That's all in America, guys. Yeah. You know, the natives that you're seeing, that's all American. This is not like, oh, okay, the United States or America. No. Canadian, they're Americans. They are all on the America continent. All of them. So this is the story of the America continent, not a country. So you have the natives who welcome the European, and you know, and I know, they brought in the Christianity to them, and that's what those people, the priests, you know, are doing. They introduce Christ, Catholic, Roman Catholic to the natives, and you can see there the natives helped the European to settle in, to find a way to survive the rough weather of the American continent, because you have winter here. The people were not prepared, you know. You see up there, there's another ship. You know, you kind of like see exactly what happened. So what you are looking at is history unfolding before your eyes. Yeah. So you see, school was introduced by the nuns. The nuns back then were the one who was doing the teaching. Okay? So those guys on top there, they are signing a treaty. Yes. This is not, you know, like the artist is so smart. Everything there means something. You know, so if we go, yeah, we have some unfamous stuff. You see, that's the revolution. Okay, so how does it go? Is it America? If I'm in Guatemala, am I American? I am American. Yes. Panama, you are? Yes. This is all in America, guys. An American continent. You know, take for example Australia. That's just one big piece of land. And if they would choose to go in their separate ways and have like 20 countries on the land of Australia, then you have Australian. They are all Australian, but now you become Bozo the Clown, and that guy is Robin from Gotham, but also in Australia. You know, I am clowning around, but it's just to tell you, everybody's living on one land, one continent, and all of a sudden, for political and power struggle, we all become like a different group of people, but it's the same land. So Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, that's all in America, guys. They are all Americans. Okay, so this is the Patriot, and there was a revolution. Uh, the the United States, those guys were just British people who got fed up paying taxes, and they become people got together and said, you know what? Um, why should we continue paying heavy taxes and doing things for England when we are the one running the land and taking care of things? We are on our own, so let's become a country, and boom. And on the French part, the people became, like a different country. So they split up. Some became America. Those who remained loyal to British became the Canadian of America. Those are the people who remain loyal to the British crown until today. So what I'm telling you, this is not story that from the past. Canada and is bounding to the British is very tight, so it's a bit sad, but that's the story of America just unfolding here. And this is amazing to see so many information into just one picture. That's crazy. You have at the bottom the wigwam, or the hut, the natives' hut, and above that you can see how much the land has evolved. Up there, there's that lady with a panel screaming for equity. So, what's that? You have other protesters, 72 hours to 60 hours. And you have the third character with a union panel up on his shoulders. Okay, so if we start with the woman, how far have we gone since that? We have made some progress. What she is asking for, what she's claiming, is same work, same pay. That's what you're seeing. That's equity. So, for example, you have men's soccer team and also women's soccer team, all right? But they don't get paid the same. That's just an example, guys. There are like other examples. If me and you, we are doing the same job, then we should get paid the same. So that's what she's is fighting for. So that's amazing, because we still have this struggle ongoing until today. Okay? And now this, that's interesting. That guy is claiming like no more 72 hours a week, because that's the workload. You would have to do 72 hours a week. That was a regular human being's workload. And today, in 2021, a regular human being in America would work 40 hours a week. And now, people are fighting to bring 40 hours to 32 hours a week. You see, so upon the society, I mean, it's the same land. I am not sure that some of them have evolved differently, but sadly enough, I am positive that some countries and other places in America and other countries on the planet still have some 72, 82 hours ongoing a week at minimum wage, that's for sure. Now the dilemma, people want 32 hours and getting paid 40. that's cool or ever. What is not cool about that claim is that if you do that, a small group of people, the elite, could get that. You know, there are a group of people that can get that, such as police officers can actually ask to get paid like that, firemen, nurses, bus drivers, city workers, you know, politicians, you know. So that's really a small group of people. So it's good and not good. It's not good because if I pay you, if you work 32 hours and I end up paying you for 40 hours, then I'm going to have to get that money from other people. Other groups of society will be abused because money is not, you cannot just shake a tree and money will be like falling off the branches. That's not how it works. So if I pay you 40 and you work 30, then lower class people will have to pick up the load and get overtaxed, work even more. So that's a big problem. Union has made their debut here in the like 40s, 50s. And guys, I know some of you might disagree, said, yeah, but they're abusing. It was necessary to have a union because let's say, for example, you would work for 5 years at one place and but that person is friend with one of the supervisor, and then that guy would take your spot, and then you're back to square one. And then some guys on their first day, they take your seniority. So that's the kind of problems that we still have now for those who doesn't have a union. If the boss is not in a good mood, they'll tell you to go home, which is not right. We still have problems like that ongoing today. You know, so life wasn't good. You see, those are people going to work, but the dark blue of the drawing, it's showing you that the heart is not there, the soul is not there. They were like ghosts or zombies, you know. So this is a sad time for human being, but this society, that part of America, because this is not the reality everywhere in the land of America. We're not talking about the United States. Do you guys understand? So what we are seeing here, some of the society have, you know, made the decision, fought for their rights, and you know, there was some heavy sacrifices, but they've made it. So these are like legal laws and human rights that, you know, that's the story, that's the struggle of people living in the America continent. Down there, that's the subway. Many places in America were smart enough. They managed to get the technology to get a train either off ground or underground. You know, so yeah, technology kind of like picked up nicely. And look, the artist made a big drawing of a woman and vote. You know, I mean, that's funny because it's like we're watching a movie, because it's telling you that we're in 2021. That's not too long ago where in America women were allowed to vote. You know, it's a lot of nonsense. Who decided that women couldn't vote? So you're looking at this, no, and that's not everywhere, you know. So what you're seeing there, women's vote I think where I am now in Montreal, I could say that part of America, people began to vote around 1940. So some of those people who struggled to get the right to vote are still around. So this is not like 200 years ago. This is less than 70 years ago. You know. So that drawing is very strong. It's screaming for justice, and everything that you see there, workers, liberty, and people. You see, people are fighting for their rights. This is amazing. Or this guy put 100 years of history into centuries of history into one picture. And if you're familiar with America, if you're interested in history, you would find this drawing amazing. That looks like the prime minister. The people have given themselves a way to debate over matters without guns and stuff. So that's the part that Canada's, because of the British legal system, Canada were very successful in debating things or differences without a gun, without blowing up stuff. So that's one part Canada was very, very successful, because that's how the British run their country. You have a Senate room and people would debate over differences and things that they should be doing. And since part of Canada is still loyal to the British, the Queen, Elizabeth, all of that, so we have that way of doing things, which is great. I would wish that most places on the planet are like that, not just America, anywhere. So that guy there is native, and that's his wife. I think that's the famous Big Max Lewis. He's a very smart man. He's the representative of the natives. That man speaks different languages. He speaks his native tongues, and then I've heard him speaking in French and English. He's been to Europe, he's been to England to represent his people, the natives, because they have some problems that they want to fix. So that's you can look him up, Big Max Lewis. I don't think he's with us anymore. I don't think he's alive anymore, but every society have the obligation, they have to set things up in such way that they can make life possible. And the people over on this side of America, of the continent of America, have made life livable, civilized. That's what you call a society project, which was successful. It's not 100% good, but anything that you can do without weapon, without a firearm, that's good. So you see the progress that was made here. The French part, because you can see since Canada was divided, the French took a part of it, the British took a part of it. So the French part made like legal rights, made a legal system for their people, and human rights, you know. So the British influence, I think, is very positive because if you have good neighbors, that's important to have smart neighbors because you have something to look up to, you have something to influence you in the right way. The British are not really like people who carries weapon, and even back in the days, their police officers would not carry firearms and stuff like that. So people living here are not people oriented towards firearms and knives, and so that's a major plus. And the people, they have to do just like this: go out in the streets and protest until you make that possible in your community, because this is not, no one will do it for you. You see the people, they are protesting. It's a struggle, it's tough, but to make any real changes to your community, people must get together. And that's what we're saying here. I would say that life is decent here because of the legal system. Yes. So I'm gonna give a thumbs up to whoever made this, because I didn't think you would have so much information, so much content into just one picture. He's a great mind, and he knows about history. He took care to shape the houses. You can see the the British and French influence of the houses, the rooftop, everything. The achievement of society, the trends. You can see a car down there at the bottom. Yeah, you see all the achievements, the architecture. Look at that building. It's like a corner building. Those buildings in Paris where the building would be like a triangle and you're wondering how all the rooms are. So that's one of them. So yeah, we have that British influence here. You have to give credit to the north side of America, because yeah, the people suffered a lot and they were willing to go out in the streets and make their voice and opinion heard. And I hope that not just in America but everywhere, that women will be allowed to vote and get equity for work and legal rights. So this is, yeah, I felt like I was watching a movie because there's so much information. And what is very sad is that all of this, except for when the European came down, happened not too long ago. Some places on earth, you probably still working 72 hours and more a week. So some of it are stuff that are foregone, that are in the past, and some of the issues are still on the table. So I wasn't planning to come here, but this is picture perfect in terms of information. I didn't think I would run into something great like that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm not an historian, but I know about this land a lot. I know about American continent, and yeah, the United States are not America. America is it's the continent. If you're living here, I don't care if it's Peru, if it's El Salvador, you are in America. Do you understand? Yeah. You are in America. If you're in Mexico, you are in America. You are an American. Name it. If you're living in Australia, whether you're from north, south, are you not Australian? If I'm in Russia and I'm living in Siberia, am I not Russian? All right, so okay. Anyone living in American continent, you are American. I'm not making this up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This really was worth the while for stopping and looking at history unfolding before our eyes. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you like my contents, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and you guys have a great day.